Moving on from question 8 of section 2, the first logical reasoning section of LSAT PrepTest 141 over at lawhub.lsac.org, we get to question 9, and as always, we've got our highlight tool ready to go so we can mark exactly what it is we're being asked to do by the question stem, which reads, which one of the following, if true, most undermines the columnist reasoning? So we're trying to find something that is going to weaken the columnist statement. So we're going to read the columnist statements, we're going to keep that highlight tool ready to go, and we're going to mark only the conclusion and any necessary references for clear evaluation throughout this problem. Columnist states, research shows significant reductions in the number of people smoking, and especially in the number of first-time smokers in those countries that have imposed stringent restrictions on tobacco advertising. This provides substantial grounds for disputing tobacco companies' claims that advertising has no significant causal impact on the tendency to smoke. So we're going to highlight this final statement, but I need to know what this is, and it's this research. Thank you for watching this LSAT explanation video. If you're enjoying the tips that it contains, please consider becoming a My Guru YouTube channel member if you haven't already done so. You'll get access to exclusive videos and early access to new LSAT explanation videos as they're produced as well. Additionally, you'll get access to speak with me and potentially discounts on live tutoring as well. So consider becoming a My Guru member today, but for now, let's get back to this explanation. So, this research provides substantial grounds for disputing tobacco companies' claims that advertising has no significant causal impact on the tendency to smoke. And it's based on that evidence in that study showing that the number of first-time smokers has gone down when there's stringent restrictions on tobacco advertising. So we need to focus solely on these facts and go find something that says actually it's not the tobacco advertising restrictions that caused the tobacco company or the tobacco usage to go down. So starting with choice A, people who smoke are unlikely to quit merely because they are no longer exposed to tobacco advertising. Well, no longer exposed to tobacco advertising is actually going to need additional information because we're just talking about stringent restrictions. It doesn't mean that they banned it outright. So choice A is going to need additional information, and we can eliminate it for that reason. Choice B, broadcast media tend to have stricter restrictions on tobacco advertising than do print media. There was no distinction between media in the columnist argument at all. That couldn't need more additional information if it tried, so we'll move on to choice C. Restrictions on tobacco advertising are imposed only in countries where a negative attitude toward tobacco use is already widespread and increasing. Great kind of convoluted LSAT phrasing. But what it's saying is that it's not the stringent restrictions that decrease tobacco usage. It's that the tobacco usage is already going down, at least from a perspective kind of a belief that overall the country has a negative attitude that's already been established. So if you can recognize that choice C is absolutely what we're looking for, but if you can't, you just leave it open and you go through the remaining answer choices looking for specific reasons to eliminate. Then choice D, most people who begin smoking during adolescence continue to smoke throughout their lives. Okay, wonderful. We need a whole bunch of additional information, like begin smoking during adolescence. How many people is that in these countries? It says number of first-time smokers, are those adolescents or not? I need a ton of additional information to relate D to the columnist argument in a meaningful way, so we can eliminate it for a couple of reasons there. And then choice E, people who are largely unaffected by tobacco advertising tend to be unaffected by other kinds of advertising as well. What other kinds of advertising? So again, choice C is convoluted, but it says that the impact of negative attitudes toward tobacco is what led to the restrictions on tobacco advertising, not the other way around, thereby weakening this columnist argument in kind of a little bit of an obscure and obtuse way. But hopefully it will help you see how working through the process of elimination can get you to the right answer, even if you're not 100% certain of what an answer choice is saying, as may be the case for you with choice C on number 9.